Good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought that I would talk about Gabapentin. Yeah. This is probably gonna be like a two or three parter because there's a lot to tell you about my experience with Gabapentin. And hopefully this will help people out there understand how chronic pain patients, what they have to do and what they have to deal with just to get, we're never comfortable, we're never out of pain. It's just trying to, get my story out there so you guys can understand that it's been a struggle. So how I'm going to start is in 1996. I don't know how many years ago that was, probably 30 years ago, maybe more. I injured my back at work, and I started to see occupational therapy doctor, and they were prescribing a lot of like opioids for me, and then they decided that there was nothing more that the occupational therapy could do, so they were going to basically close my file and put me on disability, permanent disability. And I was like, I can't support my family on permanent disability. I have four kids, a husband. There's just no way. So I went and I seek some outside of the hospital that I was going to help, and I found a doctor who, she still prescribed the opioids, but she uh, was more into like the swim therapy and physical therapy and things to help strengthen my back so I could keep my job. Thankfully for her, I was able to keep my job and get off of the medication for a while. I mean, I still, like I said a few seconds ago, I still had the chronic pain, but you learn to live with it after because this was from the time I got injured to the time I got the outside doctor. This was like 5, 6 years. And I got to a point where I could, sit in a chair outside with my kids and throw the ball, and got stronger and stronger to the point where could go back to work. And I did finally, after about 6 or 7 years, go back to work. Then, because my job became more and more demanding on my back, that I went and I went to see my primary doctor, and she told me that she did not want to prescribe me any pain medicine. She gave me a certain amount, and she said you have to make these last, but I'm going to start you on gabapentin. That was probably 7 years ago. I took gabapentin for 7 years, and the reason that I'm telling you guys this story is to show you what a poison gabapentin is and what it does to your body. It is not a medication that is for chronic pain. It's for seizures, and neuropathy. People who have, diabetes and who get like the numbness and then no feeling in their feet, or the pins and needles in their feet. I didn't have that. I had chronic lower back pain from my injury. And as I've gotten older, that chronic pain has become, they label it as degenerative joint disease. So it's never going to go away. My pain on a good day is about a 5. I tolerate about a 5. My doctor, she put me on that, and we maxed it out at 3,200 milligrams a day. That's a lot. And over that 5 to 7 year period, I started to notice on a lot of the social media sites, people were talking about gabapentin, about what, the side effects that they were having. And I was noticing that I had a lot of these side effects. I thought that I needed stronger glasses, as I was having blurred vision. I was having dizziness, disorientation, numbness in my feet and my hands. There's just the list seems like it goes on and on and on of things that can go wrong when you're taking gabapentin. So I decided that I was going to try and get off of it. Try to get off on my own. I just said, told my doctor I just wanted to get off of it. And she really fought me with getting off of it. She said, no, this is really it's going to continue to help.
Still going.
sorry about that. I just went faded to black.
It's still
Sorry. My screen went black, so I didn't see anything. So she tried to talk me out of it, to not go off of it. She said I really needed it, and I told her, I said, really, I just feel like I need to stop. And so she finally, after I must have talked to her 5 times, and she finally said, okay, go ahead, try to get off of it. And it's probably one of the hardest medications I've ever tried to get off of. I was born in the 60s, so I lived through the 60s and 70s, the 70s especially as a teenager, and so you know what that means, a lot of substances around. And I tell you, this gabapentin was the hardest thing I've ever tried to get off of, ever. And I really, people don't realize the fear that you have, knowing that you're going to come off of something that you've taken for so long, and that you entrusted that your doctor was giving you the right medication, and that was not going to cause you to feel like this. I'm going to pause for a second, and I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Thank you for being so patient. I just, like I said, this is going to have to be in several parts. The first part was basically introducing you to my story and how I got to where I am today. So if you could just please like and subscribe to my channel, so that then you can see part 2 and 3 of what gabapentin did to me. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.